Welcome to Tell Me Something Good, the podcast where we shine a light on the incredible ways Christ Greensboro is sharing God's boundless love with our community and beyond.
Yeah, that's right. From inspiring mission projects to heartwarming stories of generosity and service, we're here to celebrate the good news happening right here at Christ Greensboro.
I'm Lori Gray.
And I'm Robert Joe. Together we'll dive into the ministries, partnerships, and people that are making a difference every single day.
So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let us tell you something good. Good morning, Rojo.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm thawing out.
I bet you are. I've enjoyed at least like the crisp air, but I know that probably is not something that you're enjoying necessarily.
I don't mind it, except when I have to take my dogs out all during the night.
Yeah.
That kind of stinks. But anyway, it was nice to have Sunday to actually worship. I watched the service, which I don't normally get to do. So
Sure.
It was lovely. That's my something good for this week. I actually got to worship yesterday morning.
Yes.
This is Monday, so yes, I got to worship on Sunday.
For those who might not be in Greensboro, we've had a wonderful couple of snow days here, and the church was not meeting yesterday on Sunday because of road conditions and just overall safety. So we as a staff, although we worked pretty hard getting ready for it, we were able to truly worship yesterday, which was such a gift.
It was a gift, yes. And you did a great job putting all that together.
Thank you.
That was all on you.
It was good, and it's all part of the job, and all of our coworkers did their part to make my job as easy as possible. And by that I mean, being able to being able to have all their content ready, and it was just good. It was just very good.
Yeah. So, what's your something good?
Well, I was going to say worshiping from home.
Okay.
Well, mainly because, like you and I said,
we can have the same thing.
We can. But the other something good is that I was, while pre-recording for our online service, I got a little bit of one-on-one time with some of our coworkers and other groups of people, and specifically, I got to come in on Wednesday evening and film the chancel choir singing our anthem. And the anthem was so, they're always beautiful. This one was just very nice, and of course was on theme for our baptismal renewal Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was just really fun because I was standing in the gathering space with Amberly and David after the rehearsal let out, and we were just talking amongst ourselves, and we had choir members coming up to us saying how grateful they were for the refresh up front and just for our work here on staff. So it was just really nice to have that time with our chancel choir.
Yeah, it was, I said this in our worship meeting, but, our friend Jason, when he was watching online, and he was like, y'all even had the choir up there. How'd you do that? Like, it's magic.
We know how to do it, Jason.
That's right, Jason. I don't even know if he doesn't listen, but we're going to tell him that we called him out on the podcast. Maybe he'll listen.
There you go.
He'll check it out. So there's lots of things going on this week. The main thing is Welcome Wednesday is kicking off for the winter, spring. So ready for spring already.
Yeah.
And we have a number of options for classes. So you come for dinner at the line opens at 5:20.
Okay.
And it's $8 for adults, $4 for children.
Okay.
I think. And then the classes start at 6:30. So we have starting this week is the Last Supper Copper Relief with Dan Gobble, and Disciple Bible Study with Mark and Suzanne Sampson and Pastor Nikki. The Financial Learning Experience with yours truly,
Lori Gray and Friends.
That's right. The Parent Small Group with Pastor Katie. And then I think that may be it for kicking off for this Wednesday. And then the next Wednesday, Pastor Morris will start his If These Walls Could Talk class. So that's all fun. Welcome Wednesdays it's just a great opportunity. There's great children's activities and youth. There's a youth group that meets. And so we're really excited to kick that off again.
Yeah. And I think that I've heard that Pastor Garrett and Miss Crystal are doing some collaboration
Oh, that'll be fun.
during Welcome Wednesday this
Yeah,
this
that'll be great.
semester.
They're a lot of fun. So the other thing that's coming up on Sunday is something I'm very partial to. Is our Gen X meetup.
Sure.
So that's going to be from 2 to 4 on Sunday at Odin Brewing.
Okay.
And we're going to be planning for the rest of the year. So that'll be super fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Lunch Bunch is next week on the 21st. We have Family Bingo coming to us on Monday the 27th.
Yeah.
We next month, which this is also something I'm very excited about, our Puerto Rico mission trip interest meeting.
Okay.
So that is coming up next month, February 16th at noon, and there's also a interest form that people can fill out. So I believe that's probably going to be on the. We haven't put the interest form up on the website yet, but I think that will probably be on at christgreensboro.org/youth,
Yeah.
because it's more of a. It definitely want the youth to. It's a youth focus, but
Nice.
anyway, but anybody can go. We want it to be a possible family trip. We're trying to decide.
Oh,
So anyway,
well, that'll
all
be
that.
so
I'm
good.
sorry, I'm just sitting here rambling on.
No, I'm good. I'm glad to have this
on.
information.
Yeah. Okay.
So this weekend on January 18th at 10 a.m., we, Christ United Methodist Church, are honored to be hosting the Martin Luther King Jr. service for the Western North Carolina Conference.
Yeah.
So you are welcome to join us. We will be here in our fellowship center, and it is, again, at 10 a.m., and our keynote speaker is the Reverend Dr. Candace Lewis.
It's going to be great. I will be here on that morning greeting, as I do on Sunday morning, but I'm going to be here as part of our hospitality team. It's going to be a great, great thing. So I have been thinking about, last week we talked about New Year's goals, right? Or our resolutions.
Yeah.
And I was listening to my Sleepy podcast,
Okay.
which you know about Sleepy. We talked about, what's weird? I think we started this in February of last year, so we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary. We should do something big for that,
Yes.
by the way.
Let them eat cake.
Yes. But we were listening to Nothing Much Happens, which is our sleep, which is what we were listening to help us fall asleep. Individually.
Separately in our own
Separately.
rooms, at our own houses.
And I still listen to Nothing Much Happens, but I've started listening to Sleepy.
Okay.
And he reads, it's a dude, his name is Otis Gray. And he reads books,
Okay.
like old books. So last night I was listening to like Sherlock Holmes' story. It was,
Interesting.
yeah. But he was talking about it's setting an intention for the year
Okay.
instead of, a resolution. Because
Sure.
that's kind of overwhelming,
Yeah.
can be. And so your intention is like you're working towards that, and it's not like a goal that you have to accomplish. It's just what you're working towards, and I like that very much.
I
you
do.
set your intention for the year.
I think that's a little bit less daunting.
Yeah.
And then when we inevitably, because we are imperfect, at least I am,
I'm very imperfect.
I feel that. But then when we inevitably fall short of this resolution, it's more of a intention of where we're heading versus we are resolving to do this.
Right.
My foot is down.
Right.
So
my intention is always to be healthier.
sure.
So I don't, instead of having the goal of, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week.
Yeah.
No, my intention is just to be healthier. So
Sure.
I'm working on my diet. I'm working on
Yeah.
exercise. I like that much better. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there because we had talked about that last week.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
It's just a little bit, it feels warm and fuzzy.
I like that.
And we need that right now in this chilly
Yes.
weather. So, you are going to be gone. You're leaving me this week. I'm so
I'm
sad.
gone. So, sorry. Finish what you were saying. and
No,
I'll say
tell me
what I was-
tell us where you're going. Tell us what
So-
you're doing. Where you going? What you doing?
Sidebar.
Sidebar. We like sidebars.
We as church staff, we are allotted 4 Sundays a year to be gone because, kind of the bread and butter of our jobs is to be here and to be working. And so I know at least I do, I take them and I'm like, this is such a coveted item.
Right.
Is like to be able to take off.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful that we have the time to take off, because I know in some places it's really like only if you're deathly ill.
Right.
Otherwise you're expected to be in worship. But, you know, in some ways it's fine, but also it's great to have this ability to take time off. Okay. So all that being said, I'm very excited to go away this weekend, not to miss worship, but just to have the opportunity to be away. So as y'all are aware from kind of some of our personal side talk that we've done here on the podcast, back in July, like late July, early August, I got into needlepoint, which is different than cross stitch, which is different than embroidery. I can't tell you much of how they're different, but I've been told that they're different, and I believe these people.
Yeah.
But the main difference is like cross stitch, like you were literally making crosses or X's over
Right.
each intersection, and needlepoint, like there's more variety in the stitching. No one asked for that information. I just gave it to you anyways.
We're happy to have it.
That was for free.
This whole podcast is for free. What are you talking about?
This whole
whole thing.
pony show is for free.
It's a good time too. Sorry.
For real though. And so, so one of the ways that like I kind of quiet my mind when I get home from work and just kind of settle into the evening and the rest of my day. Some people call it their 5 to 9 after their 9 to 5, which is kind of
Oh,
cool.
I like that.
And I've seen some like Instagram and TikToks of people like, oh, this is what I do from my 5 to 9 before work, which that's way too early to be
No,
up.
absolutely not.
But the videos of people,
Sorry.
I don't
God
care.
bless you that get up and do that. Like Lynn Long, she gets up and works out. Nope, not me.
I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, I am
It couldn't
too.
be me.
I can't do it.
So that's kind of part of my 5 to 9 is like I come home, I let the dog out, I sit on the couch for a minute, kind of scroll through social, whatever, and then I stitch for a little while before eating dinner. And so it has just become really a big part of like, this sounds dramatic, but like my identity and like kind of who I am. It's just so calming and it's creative, but it's not creative in the ways that I'm being creative here at my job.
Right.
And so through that, I've met some friends, and some of which I've never met in person, but have met through social media, and some of them I have met in person. But a group of like 8 of us are flying, driving, walking, whatever, to Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is
So
just,
fun.
I believe it's just north of Grand Rapids. Either way, it is in that general Grand Rapids area. And it's going to be a weekend of just like stitching and hanging out, eating good food, and what I would call an LNS, a local needlepoint shop. So there's a couple LNSs in that general area, and so we will definitely be going to one, if not 2 or 3 of them in that general area. So I'm very excited because it is, again, a chance to kind of reset and refresh, although we had a nice reset and refresh this past weekend.
Yes, we did. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will not be here on Sunday, and I'm
will
really
be so
sad.
sad.
Because this week in worship, we're talking about stained glass with Pastor
I
Nikki.
know.
And not only does that stained glass reflect our new and beautiful logo, thank you to the team,
Yeah.
but also it's just pretty in general. So I'm like really sad to be missing it. But luckily, through the gift of technology, I can watch online.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure that you will be watching
oh, I will be.
on Sunday morning. Will you?
Leaving some comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be
It might
watching.
not be live, but I'll watch it Sunday morning. Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything exciting happening really this week. It's just a regular week for me. Other than
But that's kind of a gift.
it is a gift. I am having lunch today with a friend of mine I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
A college friend that I have not seen in 30 years. Yes, I'm
For
old.
some of us, that's
Zip
a
it,
lifetime.
Roberto. Nobody
More than a
asked you.
lifetime at this
Yeah,
point. I
you're
won't be
not
30 till
yet?
April.
Okay, yeah, keep talking. So anyway, I'm excited about that, just to get to catch up and learn
Yeah.
all about what's been happening in the past 30 years. That's a lot.
I could tell you a lot of stories about what happened to me in the last 30 years.
Yeah, well, first you were born, but
I
not
know.
even born yet. You were still in the womb.
I was in utero.
Yes. Well, anyway, so I'm excited about that.
I was just a fetus.
And I don't really have, hopefully the snow will melt so we
Yeah.
can walk. The half of our parking lot is covered. It's a little dangerous.
I was a little nervy. Not to come to work, but just like, where am I going to park?
Yeah, there's
Luckily-
not very many spaces.
Yeah, luckily the front's pretty clear. So,
Yeah, well, I hope there's talk of another system coming through. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay, what else we got going on?
well, let's see.
Tell me something good. Pickleball is canceled for tonight. So if anybody's listening, well, it got canceled tonight. This won't air till tomorrow. But sorry, y'all.
Just so you know, it was canceled yesterday.
It was canceled yesterday, and so that makes me so sad. But our parking lot is covered on that side.
Yeah.
And so we've only they plowed the front parking areas, a few, not the whole thing though.
Sure.
So anyway, we hope that y'all are being safe out there, and we hope. Did you get to go sledding?
No, I did not, but I saw lots of.
Would you have gone sledding? Do you like to sled?
I do like to sled. So no one asked for this information too, but again,
Here
full
we are.
free. The neighborhood that I grew up in had this amazing sledding hill, and it was all within, of course, walking distance because there was no driving at that time because it was snowing. And so I grew up loving to sled, and it was like a big neighborhood thing. So I grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of kids.
Yeah.
We lived really close to an elementary school, so there were a lot of families that lived in that neighborhood and still do, but you know, the neighborhood's kind of turned over since then. And so I love to sled, but someone was asking me on Wednesday, Thursday, when we were assuming that snow was in fact coming this way, and they're like, "Oh, are you excited about going and playing in the snow?" And I'm like, "I have no snow clothes."
You don't have
Like-
any snow clothes?
No,
What?
none that still fit. I was like 8 the last time I played in the snow.
Oh, I've got ski pants and everything. Not that I ski because I
love
don't like
to
to go.
ski.
I don't like to ski. I've tried it once and I don't ever want to do it again.
Yeah.
So the sledding hill for my neighborhood is across the street from my house,
Mm-hmm.
and it was packed. I tell you.
I bet that was fun to watch.
Oh my gosh, the parking lot was full. They were parked up and down the street. It was something. Those children were having a large time.
Yeah.
I did not go over there. In the past, when it snowed, I go at night when there's not children
yeah.
because I'm afraid I'm going to run over one, take them out,
Knock them down.
knock them down. But I didn't go out. Abby and her friends went out Saturday night. No, Friday night. They went out Friday night,
So fun.
and they had a large time. But yeah, I did not go out and sled this time.
Understood.
But I do have sleds, and I have snow clothes.
More than I've got. I've got a cookie sheet and no.
You put some plastic bags on your feet and go outside. You get some bread bags. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I know what a bread bag is, but what am I doing with them on my feet? I've
This
seen
is
people
because
use
you're-
cookie sheets or
yeah.
cafeteria serving trays.
Yeah, but you put the plastic bags on your feet if you don't have boots. You put bread
What
bags.
does that do but make it more slippery?
Well, it keeps your shoes dry.
Oh.
Like back in the day.
Well, if I'm on my back because I've slid and fallen, what's
Well,
that
I don't
going
know
to
why I
do?
can't help you then. You can wrap yourself in saran wrap.
Saran wrap?
Saran wrap. Or cling wrap, whatever floats your boat.
All right, back
That
to
is-
the regularly
okay, sorry.
scheduled program.
Well, I
Sorry, no.
It's because
I'm talking about
I'm
myself.
old, and that's why I remember
There you
you'd
go.
put Wonder Bread plastic bags on your shoes and go sledding. Keep your feet dry.
Well, I only have one last thing to share, unless you have more to share. But what I'm really enjoying about our messenger or our bulletin these days is that in the back we have what we're calling buzzwords. And so
Oh,
this is
yeah.
intended for our Christ kids, but as Miss Crystal or Pastor Katie or whoever's doing kids time always says, Christ kids and Christ kids at heart. So
Right. Can you
I
give me a
would
big wave?
identify. Yeah. Can you give me a big wave? So as someone who is a Christ kid or a Christ kid at heart, all of us, of course, this is a great way just to maybe, excuse me,
Stay engaged.
stay engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just an opportunity. It says during the pastor's message, write down 10 key words that you feel like are really important. And after the service, meet Pastor Nikki briefly for at the Christ Kids Worship Wall, and we will see how many words match, or how many words you matched with today's beekeeper. I'm not sure what a beekeeper. Oh, buzzwords, beekeeper. I
That's cute.
gotcha. So it says play as a family with a friend at a table or in a pew. Have fun. So if you are joining us in worship both in person and online, we would love for you to do that. And I think it's really cool that we have this interactive opportunity for our Christ kids, but again, also for our adults.
I know. I love that they're finding ways to help keep our kids engaged and adults, in worship.
Sure.
And it's been interesting, the children really, they pay attention, even without the buzzwords. I think they really do absorb some of that information what they're hearing on Sunday morning, and I think it's great. It's because our staff is so engaging.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm proud of us.
Yes. Well, I don't, it's going to be kind of a regular week around here, so I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
No.
We hope that you'll join us on Sunday in person. Hopefully, I'm guessing we'll be here. I think it's just supposed to rain this weekend.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those parents out there, God bless you. He's coming off a Christmas break and then it's like, nope, and they're still home.
We had a couple in our worship meeting this morning that looked like they had seen a ghost.
I know, they were like, oh my
please
gosh.
send them back.
I need school to be back, please.
Yeah. Well, regardless of if we have worship or not, you can always stay well informed through our email notifications, our social media channels.
Yep.
You
Check
can
our
check us
website.
out on the website. We also are connected with our local news sources, so we have our cancellations and updates there as well.
Yep, that's correct. And really, we would love to see you in person. This weekend, you'll just see me. Robert won't be here. And so, anyway. But
We'll have a cardboard cutout of me sitting at the connection
that'd be
point
fun. We
desk.
should get those for every staff member. And then whoever's out, we could just put their cutouts up front so then they would know. People would know who's out that day. Just kidding. Okay.
Selfie.
Yeah, so please come visit us. Our 9 a.m. contemporary worship service in our fellowship center. Our 11 a.m. traditional worship is in our sanctuary. We would love to have you here in person, but if you can't make it, join us online on our YouTube channel or on the radio station. I always forget about that. We forget to mention
101.7
right here
FM.
on 101.7 FM. We live stream it, live feed at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, and then it's replayed during the week a couple times. So
Awesome.
we hope that you will join us in some way, shape, or form, and we'd love to meet you.
Yeah. Well, we hope that this has gotten your week off to a great, great start and that you know that you are loved beyond measure.
Yes, and please visit our website if you need more information, christgreensroad.org, and we love you so much.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.